Alright, welcome to another InDesign beginner to advanced course. In this lesson, we want to learn how to create table of contents. Now, I have a InDesign file which is named table of contents that you have to go in and open the table of contents folder from your book design. So let me be quick and show you how it is. So file, open, then go into exercise files, and then what you do is go to your book layout, then table of content, and then you click on this TOC to open it. So now I want to show you how to create a table of contents, and the table of contents I will be creating is based on the paragraph styles. Okay, so we have some paragraph styles over here. Now this book template is from Michael Bulo, and Michael Bulo is on YouTube. You can search him and learn more things from me. Now, so with this table of contents, we have the styles over here for the body. You have the body, you have the page number, you have the subheading, head and heading, and then now this is how the book looks like. Now, so when I was talking about the legibility of a book, is how the book is readable to the eye of the person who is reading it. Now he used 12 points for them, and you can see the fonts that he used allowed him to, since the font is a good font, he didn't add what we call tracking, but you see that it's good on the eye. Okay, so now if you are making a book legible, make sure that it should be readable to the one who is reading the book. Now let's come into the body, then come to basic character format. Now you can see font here, which is Minion Pro regular, is the font that he used. Now, so from this thing, we want to create what we call a table of contents, and the table of contents will be created using the headings over here and that, and all of the rest. So we have the heading here. This is the heading, and this is a subheading. So let's, for instance, let's click on this. You can see it's a selected heading paragraph style. When you click on this, it says what subheading. So we're going to use this to create our table of contents. So let's go ahead. We're creating our table of contents over here on this empty page, and let's say W. Now, so in creating a table of contents, we have the what you call the table of contents. You come to layout and then come to table of content. That's where you find your table of content. Now the first thing is for you to create your paragraph styles that your table of contents will be based on. So let's come here, and then let's create a new style group, and then select it and click here to create a new style. Double click on it, and now I want this to be the heading of the style of the heading, okay, which is video content. Okay, so I want this to be TOC, title or heading. And then I won't make any basic character format because I want to do it later. Now I also add a new character style, and I want this to be what we call TOC level 1, because when you say TOC level 1, we mean the heading and the subheading. Okay, so as I showed you, now InDesign uses level 1 and level 2. That's why we're naming this TOC level 1, in order for us to be easy for us. So level 1, level 2, level 3, anything. Now make sure based on you check no paragraph style, then hit OK. Now let's create a new style. Go ahead and extend this for you to see it properly. Double click on it, and let's also name this TOC level 2, this table of content. Okay, then make sure based on you choose no paragraph style, then hit OK. So now we can then go back to our table of contents and then work on it. So now come to your layout, table of contents, and then content. You can decide to change the name from contents or contents or table of contents. It depends on what you want to do. Okay, so let's say I want to add what you call a table to it. It's not compulsory to do it if you like. Now, and you can also decide to choose a paragraph style for your table of content. And now I want to use this for the style is TOC level title heading, which is for the style that I choose. So title, and I want the style to be TOC title heading. Now what's left for us to do is, now let's come to click here for more options. Now we are coming to work on styles in table of content. This is the styles that should be created added in the table of contents. I've told you that you are creating these styles based on the table of content. So if you know that you have not learned how to create character styles and paragraph styles and the rest of the styles, then you have to go back and learn that. So now I want us to choose heading, click on it, and then click here, add, and I also want to click on subheading. Also have to click on add. So now this will be the main one. Let's say maybe chapter 1 page 1, yes, or page 1, or chapter 1 page 2. I don't know how to put it, but I hope you understand what I'm saying, and it will be proven whilst we finish creating a table of content. So now you can see that there's an indent here, so meaning this is the first one and this is the sub one. It will come underneath it. Okay, so I'm sure you understand. So you have the table of content based on one heading, and also have one also based on the subheading. Now let's select the heading, and we have the entry style over here. This entry style is how we want to style it or format it. So we can decide to make it be the same style as the heading style, okay, or we can choose our own style. So we just come here, then we will choose our style, which will be TOC level 1. One didn't come here, but make sure to add 1 to yours. So choose TOC level 1, and then I think this is okay. Now let's come and click on this one to subheading. Let's also choose TOC level 2, and now from here this okay. You can see that when you choose TOC level 2, you can see you have here level 2 over here, and you can choose the levels over here. When you come to your heading 2, you can see you have level 1. That's what I was telling you, that TOC or table of contents in design are based on what we call levels. Okay, now so with this that we just did, we've created our style, so our table of contents. So let's click on OK, and then come here, just click somewhere here to place our table of content. Now we've created our table of content over here, as you can see. So it's just simple. We've created our table of content, but now it's left to us to how to format our table of contents. I've told you that this will be the heading, this will be the main let's say the chapter, and this will be the other ones under the chapter. Okay, so let's see if this is chapter 1, this is the sub chapter ones and under chapters, and this will be chapter 2, this is the sub ones, chapter 3 sub ones. That's how it is. So now let's go ahead, and then with this created, let's go ahead and format our text. So let's go into our paragraph style. So double click in this, and then TOC heading. We come to basic character style, and then we choose the fonts that we want to use. Let's say this, I want to use Medium Pro, and then I want to use Medium Pro regular, but I want this to be something like 24 points. Then I can bring it somewhere here to see how it's looking. Now there it goes. If you see that the font is not good for you, I decide to choose a different font. So let me see Mirror Pro. Then I use this font too and see how the font is looking. Okay, now with this I'll go ahead and then click on OK. So I'll just come to the TOC level 1 and then also format it. So I'll come to basic character format and then I'll choose the font that I want to use. So I want to use Mirror Pro semi bold. So just click here and then choose the points that I want, the size. I want it to be 15 points, and then I'll decide to add some indents and spacing. So I come to indent and spacing, and this is in millimeters, so you can change it to inches. I've taught you how to do that. So we want to add a left indent. It's simple for you to add it. Okay, so let's say I want a space before to be 7 meters, as you can see here, and I also want to add so we are working on TOC level 1. Okay, then I'll just click on OK. Now I'll come to TOC level 2 and then I also come to basic character format. I also choose what I want to use. So let's say I want this to also to be Red Pro. Say regular, but I want this to be 13 points. Now and then I'll look at how it is faring now. Now I'll come to indent and spacing. I'll add some spacing before. Say 2 is okay. And then I also add some left indent, which is necessary to separate the chapters, okay, from the main chapter from the subordinates. Okay, so now I'll just add some left indent to it. Okay, say 12 is okay, 11 is okay for me. Then here you can add space between and other things, but that's not necessary, and you can decide to align to grade or not. Now with this, I'm sure that the necessary things has been done. So just go ahead and click on. Now we have this. Let's say W to preview. Gradually, I think is cool. We are getting a very nice table of content. So what is left for us to do is make sure to, like, you see one over here, the one has to go to this side, all of the numbers over here has to go to the other side, and also add some dots to separate them. So now what I want to do is that I'll go back to select this and then go back to layout, table of content, and now what I want to do is that I'll select heading, and I'll come to between entry and number, so between the the chapter and the chapter number. So now this here that you see here is the format for the format or formula for tab. Okay, so let's say we want to select entry, the spacing, the indent, right indent. Okay, so just delete this one, come here and come and select right indent tab. Okay, and now we have the right indent tab over here. Now you can bring it somewhere here and then click on OK and see how it is looking. Now you can see that it has come over to this side. Let's go back to our layout and then come to the table of content. Also come to the subheading, and also let's clear this one, and then also come and choose right indent tab and hit OK, and then let's see how it's looking. So now we have all of them, the words on this side. Now what I want us to do is I want us to also make sure to bring the dots to separate them. So we come back to our TOC level 1, double click on it, and now we look at what we call tabs. So we click on tabs. Now this tab helps us to align things, and also when you are creating tables, you may need a tab to align them very well. Okay, so now this is just a tab in the paragraph style, but we have a whole tab when we come to the windows. I'll show that to you. Now we want to add, either we can add left justifier type or center justifier tab. Any of them, when you add it, it will be exactly what we want. Okay, with this one it will be exactly what you want, but when you are using tabs on different things, then you have to choose a different one. So let's select this and then click on anywhere, maybe here, and then when I come to here, we come to the leader. So I click in the leader and I'll add dot to it, and now let's see if we have in the preview. So with this, the dot added, let's hit OK to see. Now you can see that the dots have been added. Okay, now if this is what we want, or this is not what, maybe we see that the dots are too close to each other and we want to separate them. Alright, so this is the way it's supposed to look. So this is the way it's supposed to look. Let's see. There we go. Now with this thing done, we now have the lines separating them. What if maybe we feel that this line is too close to this? Okay, maybe you feel that it's too close to this, or this one is too close to this. Okay, what can we do about that? Now anytime you feel that a text is close to the other, what you have to do is, now we have this thing that is too close to the other, you just come to layout, and then you come to table of contents, and then over here you can just add some space. Let's click on it once or double, then hit OK. So now just watch closely over here, this place, and now hit OK. Let's click this. Now you can see that this space, it has now come to a different place. Okay, so that's one way. Now what if we made some changes in our document itself? Let's see if I come here, this name, maybe I want it to be borrow, add some of something like, and the reason why this is capitals is because it is based on all caps. Paragraph style is all caps. Okay, so just take note. Now I've added something to this. Now let's go back into our table of content and see whether it will be added. Now you can see that it is not added. Okay, the one that I added over here, you can see that it hasn't been added to this. Okay, now what I'll do is that I'll just select it, the table of contents, come to layout, and then come to update table of contents, and now you can see that it has been added. Okay, and one thing I want you to know, that when you come to layout, table of contents too, you have this which says create PDF bookmarks. And what it does is, when you create the bookmark is like, it will let you be scrolling through the chapters. Okay, so when you just enable create PDF bookmarks and just click on